this summer, 2016 Olympic hammer thrower Conor McCullough suffered cardiac arrest while playing pickleball in Santa Monica. Our Chris Hayre has the story of how a community came together to act fast and save his life.
Big, strong hammer thrower, invincible. It was August 9th, 2023, an ordinary day for Conor McCullough, perfect for pickleball in Santa Monica.
We were playing a game. I was down a couple points, and I was walking back to the line to return a serve. My vision closed in, so I leaned over to my knees, and then just went dark. I had a cardiac arrest.
As McCullough's friends shouted for medical assistance, registered nurse Sophia Lugo had just arrived to the courts.
I was just focused on doing the CPR and compressions, and about like 2.5, 3 minutes in, I started yelling at his friend to go get an AED. And at first, it didn't really process to him what an AED actually was, because of course that's not common knowledge for like a layperson. And I was like, just start running and screaming AED. We're at a middle school, they have to have it legally. Just start yelling and someone will help you.
When two gentlemen stormed through the front door, they managed to get the words AED out. They were out of breath. They were very hyped up.
Yeah.
And you're trying to think, what the heck does that mean? And then you're like, it's big, bold letters above the container. You're like, oh my gosh, that's what they're talking about. So we opened up the case and threw it at them.
And he brought it to me probably around the 5th or 6th minute, and I was able to put the pads on him and start the whole AED process.
The next thing I remember is coming to, seeing flash, seeing EMTs around me, and everybody who was on the courts surrounding me. I was rushed to the hospital. In the ambulance, my heart stopped 2 other times. They brought me to the Westwood UCLA hospital, ECMO machines, which was an artificial heart. They put me on one right away, and it saved my life. It absolutely saved my life. And looking back, I couldn't have been surrounded by more capable people than I was that day, and I'm so lucky for it.
After a restless night thinking about the events earlier that day, Lugo had another chance encounter with Conor.
I actually work at UCLA, ironically where he was admitted, but I didn't know that. And as I'm eating lunch in the courtyard, I look up and I lock eyes with his friend from the day before. Conor's family started walking out of the cafeteria. Then I got to meet his whole family. I met his fiancee, Kelly. Immediately after my shift, I went up there to see him in the ICU.
Exactly 1 month after this life-altering event, Conor's world was set to change again in the best way possible.
The day after the surgery, I walked in the hallways and I said, oh, if I can do this, then I'm walking down the aisle. And I told Kelly, my wife, now wife, that we're gonna do it. And the surgeons at UCLA are absolutely top-notch, and they had me out of there in a week, and I was on the dance floor.
On this November night, the 2016 Olympian is returning to the Boys and Girls Club for the first time since the incident. As McCullough reflects on the team effort it took to save his life, he's thankful for what can happen when perfect strangers come together to help another.
Everybody came together to get me back, you know? I was totally gone, and without them coming together as a community, I wouldn't be here. And I think over this holiday season, I'm gonna take the extra time, put the phone down with work, you know, spend time with my family. It's very apparent how lucky we are every second we have. And I'd like to use that time in a way that's really, really good for the world.